It's Aaron here. Quick video, just showing you what I finished carving. I got some other stuff I want to talk about soon. Stuff going on in the world. Got some notes about some things I want to share, but not tonight. So all this is about is showing you the giant slotted spoon that I just made. I'm going to show you a couple other things just to kind of give you some perspective of the size. This is kind of a, I'd say an average sized wooden spoon, maybe a little, it's dusty, maybe a little bigger. And then this is really big. Now, this has got a huge bowl. I've seen some that have holes in them, like they call them a slotted spoon, kind of like this, but usually not even this big. This thing I just made is even bigger than that. And then this is a ladle that I made, and it's actually, it's the same piece of wood. It's pretty big. It's a deep bowl, and just kind of give you some perspective about how big this massive thing is. This is by no means perfect, and I don't care to work on it long enough to make it perfect because I don't think it's practical for me. If I was making it for somebody else, maybe I would, but for us it's fine. Anyway, it is super pretty. This gray and red in it. And I did this guy entirely by hand. I carved these out. I didn't cut them. And you can't really see, but it's pretty thick, the bowl still, in the area where the slots are cut out, so that it's hopefully not too likely to break. And they don't all line up perfectly with each other, and that actually gives it some strength too. It's pretty solid. Pretty solid. Now the slots, they're spaced out pretty well. I really just kind of drew those out by hand and started carving them out. But this middle one doesn't line up perfectly with the handle, and it goes a little bit askew. But then also, the bowl is not perfectly straight or symmetrical. I actually made it so that it was more left-handed, and in that way it curves a bit to the right. So if you're holding it in your left hand, the left side of the bowl is higher, and the right side of the bowl is a little bit shorter, so that you can use it to scoop more with your left hand. Anyway, there it is. Cypress tree that was hit by lightning. Hacked out a piece of log, and so far I have carved out of that a mug for my dad, this ladle, and now this big slotted spoon. Anyway, that took me a while. It was fun. Next I have to make a spatula like I made. This was made out of poplar. It's just something I had laying around. Maybe a little bigger. It is really made because there's a kind of an angle on it and it curves a little bit. It's made more for right hand. And so my wife really likes it and she uses it all the time. And she wants me to make another one similar to this. I'm not going to make it out of poplar. This is okay, but it's not really great. But I'm going to make it so that it's more of a left-handed. That's probably the next thing I'll do. And then I've got some, scraps of different things. Oak and cypress mostly. Mahogany too. And I can make more little spoons. This is the one our 2-year-old Moshe uses all the time. We've got to make another one of those. Anyhow, maybe we'll talk tomorrow. Maybe the next day. A lot of stuff going on in this crazy world. And everybody's got thoughts about it. I just have a couple things I'd like to share. But until then, shalom, friends.